I'm not gonna lie, boys. She got me. I'll tell you guys how this all came about. I'm filled with a flurry of emotions right now. I'll start off by showing you guys the damages, everything my ex did to trash my apartment today. And I'll tell you the backstory about how all this came about at the end of the video. So let's get into it. So you guys will inadvertently be getting a house tour now, but yeah, this is my living room. Again, stick around to the end of the video because I'll tell you the whole backstory about how my ex hit me today while I was out working on my business of all things, and let me know that she was helping me with redecorating. I rushed home and caught her in the act of doing all of this. So as you can see, the living room, she like knocked all this stuff over. This was already knocked over, but I picked it back up, my lamp. Trashed all of in there. Oh, the fun part, wow. She did a great job decorating in here. When I came home, these were actually opened and all of my food from my freezer, not all of it, but most of it from my freezer was on the ground and she was just gonna leave it there. Again, I caught her in the act because she sent a cryptic text message. It's not very smart if you ask me, but yeah, most of my food was on the ground. I already picked that up and put that back inside, and she had left both the freezer and the fridge door open, so was just gonna let everything go to waste. Super considerate. As you can see in here, I usually have all my supplements up here, but she, you know, decorated them all around here. Knocked over my rice. Oh, there's my air fryer, a bunch of rice and broken glass and trash on the floor. Oh, what's this? My dish rack, which is usually right here. I guess she just, you know, was about to do the dishes and forgot to finish them. Oh, one of my paintings, one of my pictures. But yeah, my dining room area, she knocked off a bunch of stuff from my bookshelf. I guess knowledge isn't really power. This is where I normally record my videos for you guys. Again, my living room, she just, you know, I guess she must have bumped into my table and knocked it over. But that's not it, guys. Nope, that's not it at all. She just was just flinging stuff out of cabinets. I came in here and my Kirby was in the toilet, and look, knocked this painting off the wall. All of my stuff is just everywhere. She just knocked everything over. This guy was actually in the toilet, so my Day of the Dead little doll thing, I just threw him away because, you know, had a bunch of toilet water on him, which is not very fun. But I saved the best for last, guys. So at first glance, you may think that my bedroom isn't really that bad, but let's take a closer look. I had some green probiotic juice in my fridge, and wow, looks like she was doing a little paint job in here. Guys, I'm so... this is kind of hard. She just splashed green juice all over my apartment. You can't really tell too good from the camera and everything, but it's just a bunch of green juice everywhere. And of course, this is my childhood blanket right here. I know it gives a lot of women the ick, but yeah, it means a lot to me. It helped me through kind of a rough childhood. Totally spilled green juice all over it. Like if you can look closely, it's just all stained and stuff now. But no, not just that, guys. She took everything in my closet and splattered green juice all over it. Look, all of my clothes, it's just stained. And down here with all my shoes and everything as well too. She just, she must have accidentally spilled green juice over all this stuff as well too. Freaking all over my rug. Yeah, it smells just like probiotic green juice in here, guys. I'm not gonna lie, this really sucks, man. There's more various damages throughout the apartment, but yeah, I'll, in the most respectful way possible, I'm gonna try to describe to you guys the situation. And I wanna preface this by saying, I'm not doing this to get back at her, or I don't feel any type of like hate or really angst in my heart. I do feel a flurry of emotions from regret to shame. I'm mad at myself for like letting somebody like this have access to my life and to my apartment. I kind of, yeah, stick around because I kind of feel like I brought it upon myself a little bit too. But me and my ex have been broken up for about a year now, almost a year, but it's been kind of on and off since then. Like sometimes we would see each other, maybe see if we could like get back together, but it never really worked out. And a good bit of it was from my end, just being really busy and stuff. I would tell her, hey, I just don't have it. I don't have the time or the energy to really focus on our relationship right now. But she would do this thing where she would just keep showing up to my house and keep hitting me up, and I brushed it off as, oh, she just really likes me. So it's okay. But yeah, I had to kind of set a hard boundary with her like 2 or 3 months ago. I kind of tell her like, hey, I just, I don't like you, all this stuff. And that was it that I had heard from her. We had contacted each other again recently, and we hadn't spoken in a while, so just catching up, being nice, whatever. I still had left things where they were, but yesterday she just showed up at my house, no text or anything. And I was actually leaving at that moment, and I was telling her, hey, I'm about to go out with a friend right now. She's like, oh, let's talk and all this stuff. I'm like, hey, you can't just keep showing up to my place like this, whatever. And she has the code to my door to get inside, so she just lets herself in. I'm gonna be changing that now. I know that I need to change it, but anyways, we were talking yesterday, and basically it seemed like we were on the same page that, hey, even if there was a scenario when we were together, we couldn't really trust each other anymore, and basically just saying like, hey, yeah, this probably isn't gonna work. Well, this morning, very early, I had to get up and go to work, so I basically, like I said bye to her in the morning. And she's like, oh, I don't know if I'll ever see you again. And in my head, I'm thinking like, yeah, I guess from our conversation last night, we're on the same page. So I write her a note. I leave her a note basically saying like, hey, yeah, I think it's for the best if we do go our separate ways, whatever. Like she was joking yesterday saying like, oh, I'm just gonna block you. And then, yeah, that'll be it. So I was like, yeah, you probably should just block me. Like we should cease communication for a little bit. I have to leave really early for work in the morning. So I'm thinking, okay, like when she like, gets herself together, gets up, whatever, she'll just leave. But that was a bad idea. Because as I'm out, I have a trucking logistics business, so I was doing my medical courier route, basically where I deliver medical documents, respiratory equipment to different respiratory hospitals in the LA area. She started sending me these texts after she had gotten the note that I left there, and she was saying all this stuff from like, I hate you, I wish I never met you. I had met her at church. She was like, don't show up to church again, like forget you ever knew me, I wish I never had met you before, all this stuff. So I'm just thinking like, okay, in my head, I'm like, you're the one that showed up at my house randomly yesterday though. Like I didn't ask you to come. And then she sends like a little cryptic message at the end, because yesterday when she had came, I told her like, yeah, my place is kind of a mess. I want to redecorate. She's texted me, oh, I'm helping you redecorate. I'm like, freak, man. I'm out doing my route. I instantly stop what I'm doing in the middle of my contract that I have at a hospital out here, like literally at risk of losing my contract, and I speed back to my place. I'm like, oh, I know what she means by that. And I come back and I catch her red-handed. She had already done basically everything, but I catch her red-handed just like trashing my place. She was gonna take some things too. Like she was gonna like steal some of my headphones, some of my food, my protein powder, other little things that mean stuff to me. She was just gonna like take it. And I catch her, I'm like, yo, what are you doing? Like, why would you do this to me? Like, you don't respect me, all this stuff. And basically, she's just not really remorseful for it. Eventually, she gets to saying sorry, but it's not like a genuine one. So I just tell her like, hey, yeah, this is over. Please leave. Please never come back to my apartment again. And it takes a while to get her to go to, but eventually she left. I'm just feeling a flurry of emotions right now, guys, because this is actually such a headache. I'm gonna have to hire somebody to like somehow clean the walls of my bedroom, because she splashed juice everywhere and it just smells terrible in there. I don't even know where to begin with like putting things back together. I feel bad as a man too. I hate to curse, but I just feel like a bitch, She comes and she does all this stuff and I can't do anything about it. If the tables were turned, and as a guy, if I did this to her, them boys would probably lock me up for like domestic violence or something like that. But since it's a woman, it's like, I don't want to call the police on her. Like, I still respect her too much to do that. But if it was me doing it, I for sure would be, probably locked up right now. It reminds me of one of my best friends out here. He's been in an abusive relationship with a woman. She like puts his hands on him, has like hit him, scratched him, all this stuff. And finally, like, he had to like actually call the cops on her because he was just like in danger. But I feel like when women do stuff to men, society shrugs it off. But if a guy does one thing to a girl, it's like this whole huge deal. So yeah, I just feel kind of like a bitch right now. I don't know what to do, you know. I still respect this person. I told her, please don't come back into my life again, but my flesh wants payback, but I'm not gonna do anything, guys. Don't worry about that. I just feel kind of sad right now, so. Sorry for the lateness of this video. The only reason why I'm posting this too is not to air her out or anything. I just had another video originally planned for today, but now I'm not gonna be able to edit it and stuff in time because it's probably gonna take me like 3 days to, you know, get everything back in order for my apartment. So pray for me, guys. I know that things are on the up. Usually, like, when things are about to be really good, the devil tries to tear you down when God has a blessing around the corner for you. So I'm not gonna let this depress me too much. I guess it feels good to get off my chest and share it with some people, but, you know, be careful with who you let into your life. Yeah, boys, she got me. She definitely got me, but we gonna be all right. I love you guys, as always. This channel is a journey about my life, so if you guys are new to the channel, make sure hit the subscribe button. I post videos every single day, so I love you guys. I'll be back tomorrow with a new video. Pray for the boy. Bye.